morning. Good morning, guys. Glad to see you all here. I'm a little upset. I am just a little upset. I'm upset over that video footage. I'm upset over that Megan woman's interview and all the crap that she had to say. And obviously, you all know this. I've talked about it the other night. I did not get a chance because I was at the hospital with my sister and brother-in-law all day yesterday. So I did not get a chance to call the forestry department to find out. But I want to know when this child first went missing and they knew that cam footage was up there. They knew that camera was pointed straight at that area where that child's car went into that lake. Why was that not one of the first things they checked? Not to mention, I don't know if you all saw it or not. With Crime Stories Obsessed, she came out with one of the girls that was at that store that supposedly, allegedly, we don't know if it's true or not, but according to this girl, she saw the car go into the lake, or she saw the car go close to the water when she turned around. And then when she turned back and looked, it was gone. She reported this to the law enforcement, and they never checked it. She offered to go to the lake with this cop and show him, and he never got back in touch with her. How many times and how many ways can this law enforcement officials in this town fail this child? Needing a little info. If anyone could tell me Ernie's GMA's name. Ernie. Oh, his grandmother's name? Oh, I don't know, honey. The whole case is flawed. Yes, it is. Oh, good morning, my ranch. Good morning, May. Good morning, Shalima. I'm glad to see you guys all here. I'm sorry. I'm on a rant this morning. I've been sitting here trying to edit. I'm trying to edit that interview, and that interview is so long. And I've already downloaded tons of it, and just the part that I'm going to be using in my video is only half of what I downloaded. I mean, that woman, everything that she says to me seems important. It would be very important to a prosecutor anyways, in my opinion. Good morning. Yes, so many people have failed, Kiely. I was just wondering why. I don't know, honey. But that woman, Megan, if anybody knows how to get a hold of that woman or what her name is, please let me know. I would love to get her on my panel, because I think she did an injustice to Michelle. I give kudos to Michelle Sutton, who, behind the crimes, or whatever the name of her channel is. I'm sorry that I don't know the correct name. But I think this woman was very rude to that lady, because she was very sweet, very cordial, and she didn't want to, step out of line and basically tell the woman to hush and let her finish a sentence. This woman kept interrupting her, would not let the host talk. And that right there infuriated me. But two, this woman is so wanting to be in the limelight, either that or she's trying to direct the narrative to this story. I don't know which. I don't know if she's a Jody Sue or if she is a Dawn Wells, or the simple fact, I think there's a possibility, my thoughts, allegedly, this woman may know way more than what she's saying. She may have helped this bunch of teens with this cover up. The way she talks, that's what it sounds like to me. I mean, she's constantly having to correct herself. Like, we can't identify everybody that was out there. She starts to say we, and says they can't identify all the shady characters that was out there. She talks about how she has spent the night out there. How did she know when the last time Kiely ingested a foreign subject into her body, a drug. How would she know when the last time Kiely ingested something? And then for her to say that the last time she ingested Coke, it would have helped Kiely, not harmed her that night. Come on, that's no, at no point in time is there ever a time that a child can ingest a drug and it helped them. At no point in time. Unless it's given by a doctor under medical supervision. I'm just so mad. Sorry, guys. Even if this case goes to court for anything, the authorities have made so many mistakes, it will most likely get thrown out. I agree, Spirit Hunter. I agree 100%. Good morning, V. Good morning, Jacqueline. Plant Diva. Spirit Hunter. Good morning. I'm on a tirade this morning. I'm sorry. This woman has inserted herself into this case or was invited in the night that it all happened. And now she just don't know when to shut up. You think Sammy don't know when to shut up? Psh. Have you all listened to this woman's interview? First, she says that her Sammy and her daughter are best friends and have been for years and years and years. Then she says, oh, well, she's only talked to Sammy a handful of times out of all these years. She don't even know the girl well enough to know that her parents were lawyers. She didn't even know that her own daughter was going and talking to these parents. Quite a bit, evidently. And yet she wants to step in here and try. Oh, well, Sammy's innocent. They're all innocent. They're just innocent little kids. Oh, well, yeah, Sammy did lie to me. Yeah, I did have to ask my daughter if she thought Sammy could do this. I want to know, what did she think Sammy could do? What was she asking her daughter? What did she think Sammy did that was so important she had to ask her daughter, do you think Sammy did this? But yet Sammy's so special and so important that she supposedly went to her daughter and had her daughter get a hold of Sammy to find out what was going on with her own son in school. Like she couldn't ask her daughter. She couldn't talk to the counselors, the teachers, whoever at school to find out. She couldn't even talk to her own son. She had to go to Sammy and find out what was going on with her son. And please, there's no law enforcement unless this is some planted spy that's actually way older and she's a dang cop and she's undercover. There's no police force is going to go to a child and, oh, we need you to go in here and gather information for us. And then at later date in the interview, she says, oh, well, she thinks that Sammy hasn't been cleared because the cops still want to use her in a good way to gather information. So what? If the other kids think that Sammy is still looking guilty, they're going to, talk with her about what may have happened. What good is her looking guilty going to do for this case? If they cleared Jagger, then they should have cleared Sammy. And I'm sorry, guys, I've been through 2 lie detector tests. Lie detector tests do not last for no 8 hours long. They just don't. They have a set of questions. You go in, you get asked those questions. Yes, they may interrogated them that long, but the lie detector test itself don't last no 8 hours. There's only so many questions you can ask. And yes, I know I'm rambling and I'm not reading the comments. It's because you guys are my friends and I'm upset. And I'm not the only one. Did you see Nita's World? She is so upset about this car in this film. That's another thing I'm upset about too, is because so many of YouTubers, oh, well, yep. There you can see the car going in the water. That was Sammy's car, so we're gonna drop it. It was an accident. Oh Lord, is this some woman who said Sammy took the keys of Kylie's. Yeah, but the authorities are still looking for them. Yeah, that's it. That's the one. When she was on video at the store, there is no necklaces around her neck, and she had red scratches on her chest. I'm sorry, Jacqueline. There's a woman named Megan, and she's the mother of a so-called friend of Sammy's. But she's going on. She was on Ikamel's channel, like 2 days after Sammy went missing. She did an interview with Ikemel. She set Sammy up with Tony Dodge to do that interview. Even though she says, I talked with Tony Dodge. And then 2 sentences later, she's like, I've never met Tony Dodge, don't know him, never talked to him. And don't understand why Sammy went on his channel instead of Ikamel's channel. She also makes the statement that she basically, she didn't say this, but she basically rehearsed every question that anybody could ask Sammy about what happened that night. And she went over the questions and the answers with Sammy to make sure Sammy had it down pat, and made sure that she gave the correct answers, the same answers to everybody. Yeah, it is the second town that it seems like Ellie is covering up everything. Yes, I agree. Yes, we see a car, but not the driver or the make of the car. Right. And who's to know? I mean, yes, it looks like that car went in the water. And I'm not saying that definitely it is not. But the plain and simple fact is, my question is, why didn't they check that cam the very first day when they found out that child was missing? That camera is pointed directly at the area where that party took place. You would think, and you can't tell me they didn't realize it or they didn't think about it. You would think that that would be the first thing they would have checked to see if they could see what happened. They would have checked that before they even went into the water to check, don't you think? Why wait exactly 2 months? It was exactly 2 months before that cam footage came out. Why wait 2 months before you let it out? And yes, I did touch on the fact that it could have been altered. It could have been edited. Those headlights that go into the water, you never see an actual car. On some of those other videos where they've lightened it up and stuff, you can actually see vehicles. But that vehicle that supposedly goes into the water, you never see anything but the lights. So tell me that somebody could not have edited that video and put that in there. If it is her car that went in the water, you can plainly see there's 2 cars that went up that side road, but on the side of the bank there, turned around, and their headlights are pointing straight at where her car goes in. They didn't see anything. I mean, right after the car goes in, they wait a few minutes. They both drive back down there to where her car was at. One of them leaves, the other one sits there, and then turns around and goes back to where they were sitting to begin with. Something's not right, people. Good morning, Nana, chat and fellow mods. I guess if she has immunity, why would they clear her? I don't believe anything Megan says yet. She says so much incriminating things. Exactly. The bad part about it is the woman is incriminating her own self. Do you know how much trouble she's going to get into if there was really something nefarious happen with Kiely and this woman was involved and she helped them kids cover it up? She's going to be in some major trouble. Right. Should have been one of the first things done. Checking the camera. Why do we hear of this now? Exactly. And I think it's simply because that's why I think it was edited, was for the very thing that is exactly happening right now. YouTubers are starting to back away from the case. Oh, well, yeah, that was Kiely. It was an accident. It went in the water exactly when her phone pinged. So it had to have been her, and there's nothing to it. So we're just going to back away from the case. They're getting the result they wanted by releasing that, whether it's real or not. I mean, why wasn't that footage brought out before now? Was the film dated, and could the date be changed on the film? That could be anyone in the water. If she's trying to cover the truth, she will be going to jail herself. Exactly. And I don't know if the time could be changed, but it's easy enough to put a light that moves in a video. I mean, come on. There's my grandson a couple of years ago. He was only 13, 14 years old. And with his phone, just his phone, he was making slow motion movies, like doing jump shots and stuff in his room. And he would take and throw the ball, and it would go slow motion through the air. And then he could fix it to where he would go from one spot, and the next second he would be under the net catching the ball himself. So you can't tell me that there's not plenty of editing tools out there that they could have not put lights in that video. Is there a video a car going into the water? Yes, I heard about it, but all found is pictures. Okay. Gray Hughes, in my opinion, has the best video of it, because what he done was put a daylight filter on it, so it lightens not just the lights and stuff, but it lightens the whole area up. In my opinion, if you go find Gray Hughes's channel, you'll have to scan through his it was a live stream, I believe, but you have to scan through it until you see the video, and then you can sit and watch the video. But it's almost like daylight in his video. What's my thoughts on the mother, on Lindsay? I think she's a crack. Lord, forgive me if I'm wrong. And I'm not saying that the woman didn't love her child, but there ain't no way in Hades that I could sit back and say, oh, well, everybody live in peace. My baby is gone. Let's let her lay and rest. Let's forget about all the bad things that could have happened to her. Let's forget about the fact that she could have been harmed that night. Let's forget about the fact that she could have been taken advantage of by one or many people. Guys, you know what I'm talking about. Let's not think about all that. Let's just live in peace and harmony. And then after what that Megan woman says about how they raise all their kids as one, and it's in their DNA, and they all, I mean, y'all ought to see that interview, that she literally admits that town is it's a cult. And then what Nita's world has, what she discovered was that it literally, they have a mantra where they have to literally take up for each other in that town. I can't explain it exactly, because I was half asleep when I was listening to Nita last night, and she's actually supposed to be hopefully popping up here this morning. But their mantra for that town is that they can't turn on each other. Isn't that weird? And it's considered a town, not a city. Yeah, I mean, Plant Diva, yeah. They can't turn on each other. They can't say anything bad about each other in that town. Where was the camera located? It was located up on the mountain above where Kiely's car literally went. It showed everything, the whole area. including where the party was going on, all the way down into the water. That would have been the first thing they should have checked. And they can't say that they didn't know that's where it was looking, because that's the whole purpose of the camera, is to keep an eye on that area for fires. Nana, did you hear how she talked? She outs an A at the end of her. Oh, I know, it drives me nuts, Jacqueline. Oh, it's like she's got some kind of speech impediment, and it drives me nuts. And I don't like talking about people, and I don't like talking about people who have disabilities. But I don't think that's literally considered a disability. I don't know what that would be called. Like there's some people who put R's on the end of everything. That's not, like on what, Big Mama's Family or whatever. Like she says, hello. Well, there's a lot of people that put R's on a lot of words. But that crap that Lindsay does is just annoying. I'm sorry, guys. I spent 24 hours with my sister, so I'm in, excuse my language, in bitch mode this morning. I can't believe the mom does not want AWP to get the reward money after they found her daughter, right? I found a VoIP number for her and a wireless, last reported December 2020, and I'm going to text you both. Okay. Honor in silence, yeah. So if I lived there and shot a child for nothing and it died, and I have no reason to that, I'd be safe. They would stand by me and protect me. This is the same thing to me. A child, yeah, exactly. And from what I can understand that Nita said, basically, yeah, that's what would happen. They stand by you. They're not allowed to turn on you. Nana, it's not. She thinks she sounds sophisticated. Wow. Well, if she thinks she sounds sophisticated, I feel sorry for her. I couldn't do that. Nah. What is that noise she makes anyway? Nah. Oh. I would be out for blood if something happened to one of my kids. Is that her name and number? Thank you, Discovering. I may try to get a hold of her and just see if I can get an interview with her instead of doing because the commentary, trust me, that I'm doing, there's just so much that I have to say, and it's already like 40 minutes long, and that I'm not even up to the 5th comment for me. It is very annoying, Plant Diva. Hello, Amanda Z. If any other interview she doesn't do that like she did when she was mad. The mom doesn't make that sound? Or are you talking about Megan? I would love to talk to Lindseyrodnie too, but I would like to get a hold of that Megan woman for no other reason except for how disrespectful she was to Michelle. That was so disrespectful, the way she did that girl. And it was only Michelle's second live, so I'm sure she was nervous still and didn't have the I don't know what you would call it. I'm not trying to say anything bad about Michelle, but she was just too sweet to be able to say anything against the woman. But that Megan woman is a piece of cake, let me tell you. I would be surprised if she agreed to be interviewed. Hope so, though. I'd be surprised too, but then again, she's one of them. She likes hearing herself talk, evidently. So she might. Kentucky. Ellie needs to get their act together for Kiely. Start communicating with the public. Too shady looking right now. I agree. I'm assuming you're a guy and you live in Kentucky. Yes, Megan. Megan Cole, evidently, is her name. I believe if that was Kiely's car, it was driving into the lake by, I feel Nate did it. He then called Sammy with Kiely's phone to furnish Sammy's alibi. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't think that it's possible that literally right before the phone goes underwater, it's going to ping one last time. I don't think it just happened. That was just too coincidental. Sorry. And that's what it shows on that film, that the car goes under the water. You're not from Kentucky? You are a guy, but you're not from Kentucky. Okay. Well, interesting name then. Or are you saying you are from Kentucky and you're not a guy? Oh, okay. Yes, she would interview. I thought you were talking about Lindsay. Oh, no. I would like to get an interview with Lindsay, but I'd probably get into it with her. I'll probably get into it with that Megan woman. Did anybody ever find out if Sammy was wet and had to change that night like Meg said? Megan's the one. Nita was trying to figure out who it was that said that. She was trying to figure out who it was that said that Sammy was wet. No bluegrasser. Okay. I don't know, guys. I'm just blown away by that interview. Sammy's sister said it. I didn't know Sammy had a sister. She has a brother. She has a twin brother. Yeah, Sammy has a twin brother. I don't think she has a sister. Could it be a Scientology cult? I hate to say, but could she have been? I don't know. I don't know about the sacrifice thing. We went over and over with that with the Summer case. Way back at the start. I don't know. I don't know if she has a sister or not, honey. I've looked up her background. Discovering has looked up her background, and there's not been a sister show up. There has been a person with Sammy's name, same parents, and all that, but she's 40 years old. Lives at the same address, everything. Yeah, she has a twin brother born. Yep. But of course, it says they're 24 years old. It said not 18. It says they're 24. I believe, if I'm correct, they were born in, when was it? 98, 99, something like that. Wildfire cam at Prosser Reservoir shows that night, but you can't tell if anyone swam out of the water, out of the car. Exactly, you can't. Hello, Auntie M. 98 is when they were born, yeah. And the other, Samantha Brooks Smith, that was born to the same mother and father who owns the investigating company, with the same address, same, street number, everything. She's 40 years old. And we did a video or a live on that too, trying to figure out, well, did by chance they have a daughter named that? Did she have a set of twins? And then they went to, the grandparents got custody of them. Because, this Samantha Brooks has degrees. She's I forget exact, physician's assistant or something like that. She got a psychologist. She's a psychologist. And she has all, she's lived all over. Did you see Lindsay has 8 kids and 7 baby daddies? And Kiely's apparently has no birth certificate. It could make enrolling in university difficult. No, I didn't know that she had 7 or 8 kids. Where did we get that information, Marion? If you're behind a car and it goes under, you would call the authorities. Yeah, you would think. According to that video that Emma put out, it says that one girl that saw or thought she saw the car go in, she called authorities, but authorities ignored what she said. If they are supposed to stick up for each other, where are the ones that are supposed to stick up for Kiely? I don't know, sweetheart. You have 2 brothers. Right, I get you. Yeah, I've got sisters that were born in 1941, 1942, 46, 47, 50, 49, 51. But the thing about it is I don't have the same exact name as they have. We're talking about Samantha Brooks Smith, and then Samantha. We don't know what Sam's middle name is, but then it's hers, and then her brother. Discovering, what's her brother's name again? I've heard 2 YouTubers state this. I'm thinking her bio mom was young when she got pregnant, and maybe since they were educated, they wanted her educated, so they adopted the kids so they could stay in school, right? New audio released this morning on YouTube talks about the ones that saw the car go into, but they told others, but nothing done. That's what I was talking about. Yeah. They told the cops that they would go down there right there and show them exactly where it was at, that they thought the car may have went in. And the cops said, well, I'll get back to you, and never did. Yeah, remember the Truckee Way, no blame. Yeah. Michael Tanner is her. Tanner. Oh, yeah, Tanner's his middle name. It's Michael Tanner Smith is her brother's name. I've still got the stuff right here. I can pull it up. Trust me. I can show it to you. Their frame of mind is like Kiely's dead. Protect those who did it. It won't change Kiely being dead. That's just sick. Yeah, I agree. It is sick. I have not listened to him in a little while, but yes, I do listen to him, and I think he's, right on track with the Kiely thing. I believe they reported it going in 3 times, and still nothing was done. Not even a cop sent out to view it. Well, you would, I hate to keep going back to it, but you have to wonder, okay, if they didn't see it, the fire cam, if they didn't think about, okay, look, this is looking directly onto the place where this child went missing. And it took them 2 months to see it. First of all, how often do they check to see if there's been any fires? Okay, I don't think it's just once every 2 months. And two, I don't believe anybody else other than official forestry members are allowed to touch that cam footage. So who was it that released it? And can you believe that a forestry agent would have released it to a bunch of YouTubers? What would have been the reason? I think somebody needs to look into that too. So many mentally disturbed people like making decor out of the animal bones, right? I think it was Kiely in the car with the 2 girls after a fight. Something horrific. Yep. I wonder if Kiely's father knows all this. I don't know. He probably does by now. That fire camera is live wired to a building where someone's watching carefully and it has night vision. And that was my point. They don't sit there and go check it every so often. So, I mean, if there was somebody sitting there watching it, obviously they are reminded that, hey, this camera is pointing directly at the spot where this child went missing. Why would they not have that should have been the first thing they checked as soon as that child went missing in that area. I don't know if the dad is or not. I know the maternal side of Lindsay's family are well-to-do. I wonder if somebody took the memory card out of the fire cam and edited it and put it back. They do have memory cards. Good morning, Kirsten, with curiosity. Glad to see you here, hon. Even if this comes back an accident, then it will always have a big question mark over it. What evidence do they have for an accidental? Yeah. Well, I mean, it can't be. There's no way it can be an accident. The girl that called saying that she thought she saw the lights going into the water told them it wasn't like Kiely was speeding into the water. It said the car went very, very slowly, almost like somebody was pushing it. And then for that Megan woman to say, the one question that's never been asked and we still don't know the answer to, was the car running? Well, the switch had to have been turned on for the headlights to be on, correct? If that was the car that went in the water. Marion, I'm sorry, honey. I don't believe in the tarot things. I've gotten to the point with the Summer Wells case. If all these tarot readers and psychotics, sorry, I didn't mean that, psychics, and I don't mean no offense to anybody if anybody in here is a psychic or whatever. But the plain and simple fact is, if that stuff was real, you've had 16 months to find out where Summer Wells is at. Ain't nobody come up with no answer. And don't even start throwing Donna Serafina in my face. If any one of the psychics, tarot readers, or whatever knew where Summer Wells was at, why haven't they come forward? If they have spooks talking to them, telling them this and telling them that, well, obviously them damn spooks don't like you too damn well, or they'd have done told you where that baby is at. If them psychics were worth the dang, then why haven't they come out here and helped find more of these kids that are missing? If they know what's going to happen before it happens, why don't they go out here and save some of these babies before it happens to them? Ugh. Those spirit boxes and that bull crap on them phones and stuff. Listen, guys, who made that stuff? Those spirit boxes, they're man-made. The apps that you download on your phone, it's programmed in there, guys. They have like 1,000 top words that you use on a daily basis. And if you're constantly talking about some are being missing, some are being here, some are being there, that's the words that's going to feed back to you. Notice it never talks to you in a full sentence, right? It's always just words being flung back at you, random words. And the real spooks and spirits and stuff that are out there, it plainly states in the Bible that demons will come to you and they will try to say, if there's somebody literally something talking to these people, more than likely it is a demon faking theirself into making you believe that it is these kids. What Ken say? You'd rather count on the magic 8 ball. Me too, honey. If a child is missing and someone could find them, why would you not? Exactly. Because they can't. Because they're not really psychic. That's it. They're communicating with demons. I kept telling the one guy that his tarot cards and spirit boxes were useless. If anything, useful from evil. Exactly. I'm wanting to find Damien's number for you because with him being out from under Jody Sue's wing, I bet he'd spill the tea without being coached. That I guess since he is in the military, he's harder to find. Yeah, well, I'm just wondering if the military knows all about all that crap up on Bryn Hill and Summer Wells. Also, the angels are the stars in the Bible, not Hollywood actors and so-called spirit box YouTube users. Exactly. The demons love to play with you. They love to play with your mind. They come to you as the most innocent thing you can think of so that you don't realize who they really are. That's what I was trying to say, and I'm glad you said it a whole lot better than I did, Birdie. Thank you. We have missing, Quentin, not Clinton, Quentin, with a Q, sweetheart. Yes, I know. God warned Saul not to go to the soothsayers, and look what happened to him. Right? Out of curiosity, I had one tarot card reader when she counted her cards after she told me what was going to happen. One was missing. She was so mad, she threw them all away. You're right. You're not supposed to mess with Ouija boards or tarot cards or any of that. You're not. Now, don't get me wrong. And I am a Christian and proud of it. Completely believe Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior and came to this earth to save me from my sins and everybody else from theirs. If I had an opportunity to go see a psychic, I would love to sit down with a psychic because I have information in my own life that there is no way anybody can tell. Because most of the time they'll read your Facebook things, they read your body language, and if you react to certain things that they say, then they know they're on the right track. But the plain and simple fact is I never talk about this thing. Nobody hardly knows anything about it except in my family. And if they could tell me about that one thing, then I would believe that maybe psychics are real. But if they couldn't, then pee on you. The Bible tells us that the dead know nothing, see nothing, and hear nothing. He'll translate means the grave. You want lotto numbers? I want lotto numbers too. The Christian I am believers that God gives us spiritual gifts. Some of those gifts are the gifts of knowledge and even prophecy. They shouldn't be confused with witchcraft and soothsayers. I agree 100%. And I did believe in Nancy Weber because I truly believe that she can see things. But after I got a hold of her, and after Tina has gotten a hold of her, and her attitude towards the whole thing, no. If you have something that could save children and you don't use it, then you're worse than, you're lower than a snake's belly, as we would say. Well, I'm not saying, honey, I'm not saying that they can't do stuff until my the youngest brother, he's not my younger brother, but he is the youngest brother in my family. He used to he did the tarot cards. And the last time he did tarot cards on himself, it predicted that one of his family members was going to pass. And literally a week later, my other brother, Jason, was killed on a motorcycle wreck. And my brother stopped with tarot cards right then. Never picked them back up. So I'm not saying that it can't. I'm just saying nothing good comes from them. And if they are worth anything, then why not save some of these kids? Why not at least tell us where their kids, where the ones that are missing, where they're at? Oh, by the way, guys, there were remains. It was a notification popped up. I don't know when it came out, but when I turned my computer on, there was notifications of remains found at the Watts Bar Dam. And that's not too far from Rogersville. I don't know, kid, adult, or what. Satan knows us better than we know ourselves. That's how careful we must be. Prayers for discernment always, yeah. I don't have my glasses on, guys. Sorry, I'm having trouble reading. Well, does anybody else have anything to add to my complaints and moaning and groaning and bitching this morning? The boxes mentioned is a car part. It's a real car part that records brakes, acceleration, etc. Black box is what it's called. Yeah, I know. I went once to a medium just for her to tell me the car was needing a wash. How much did that cost you, Spirit Hunter? I'd say that was a pretty penny, wasn't it? Oh, I'm so sorry, Plant Diva. Should I play some music or something so that you're not pissy anymore? Guys, if I don't have anybody to complain to, then I just sit around here and being pissy all by myself. Anybody else tired of the high prices at the grocery store? Yeah. Hey, guys, where the town that I live in, I heard yesterday that the price of gas went up 37 cents in this town. Yesterday. There you go. There's something to be pissy about. You have glasses and you still can't see? Yeah, me too. A fortune teller told me when I was 15 that I will die by my own hand. I'm 63. I wouldn't believe something like I won't even accept anything. Even that crap on Facebook, I won't. I won't pay no attention to that crap. Okay. It makes me angry too, honey. Coffee helps. Yes, it does. You've only buy what's on special. Well, I haven't went grocery shopping yet this lately, so I've got to go today or tomorrow one. I thank you, discovering. I'm glad you sent me that phone number because I really want to get that woman on my panel. Satan's a liar. Well, no, Satan lies, but I don't think he's ever told us he was going to do anything good for us. But he will lie to get you where he wants you to be. Prophecy is psychics. We can talk about people who don't treat their animals right. That'll get me mad. Hello, Miss Corey. I didn't see you pop in, honey. Denise Oles, hello. Diana, God's chosen one, hello. Anybody that I've not spoke to directly, I'm sorry I didn't say hello to directly. Hello to everybody coming in. I got so mad going over that, trying to do that commentary for that video. And it's just this woman. Guys, I'm telling you, she had something to do with the cover up of this. You watch the kid that talks to all the celebrities? Yeah, I've seen him a couple of times. I played around with the Ghostbox app a couple of times, and once I was waiting on my two sons or son to get out of school and was sitting at the playground, and it said play then, playground then kids. It was weird. But you hadn't been saying anything to anybody about you having to go pick up your kid from school, or you hadn't typed that into any of your text messages or anything like that. I'm telling y'all guys, it's a man-made program, and it is directed to take the like I said, the top 1,000 things that words that you say and throw them back at you. I mean, it wouldn't do you any good if you talked about, your daughter's wedding 10 years ago. It's not going to be talking about that because you're not talking about it on a daily basis, but you're talking about these kids going missing, or specifically Summer going missing, or whoever, and you're talking about it a lot. So it's going to pick up on that, and it's going to throw those words back at you. I'm telling you, SF and the family friend covered it up. Listen, we're so blessed to be here today to talk about it. You think about the people in Florida and other places, the Las Vegas Strip and all those other places that people just pull out of their guns. Exactly. It's more than just SF. You didn't learn anything new, only what you already knew. About what, hun? From the psychics, you don't learn? Yeah, I agree. So the ghost box works off keywords and then speaks back. Exactly. That's exactly how it works. That's how it's made to work. And if you'll look at the fine print, they are made for entertainment purposes only. I don't want to get preaching up in here because this is your channel, but Jesus told us about these days. Oh, honey, you ain't got to worry about, you can say anything about the good Lord above and Jesus Christ that you want to on my channel. And if people don't like it, I'm sorry for yins. That's all they can go to other channels that don't believe in Jesus. Jesus is welcome here anytime, day or night. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have this channel, and I'm not about to make him feel unwelcome. So I don't want to make you feel unwelcome either. So you're more than welcome to say anything you want to. And I'm just rambling on. Don't pay no attention to me. Yeah, you're on a playground, and it says playground, novel. A vehicle's black box is not a spirit box. Look it up. Well, yeah, we know that, honey. SF and the family friends started the GoFundMe account. SF is the one that illegally obtained information from the cops. Well, how did he illegally obtain information from the cops? If he got information from the cops, he didn't illegally obtain it. They gave it to him illegally. It's not illegal to have the knowledge. It's illegal how it was given to you. Now, if he went in there and stole a file, that had the knowledge in it, then that would be illegal. Yes, he did, Bertie. It's very close also. Free will still exists. I'm not preaching. I just radiate faith and the signs like my trumpet. Smells like Podesta to me, especially with the permanent shutting up of the single family whom were speaking up for Kiely, and the bloke that did it must have owed a big debt. I don't think it was anything like that. I honestly believe it was either mean girl syndrome or an accident happened and they covered it up. Another time I was laying in bed one morning alone and started getting hungry, and it popped up bacon, then said frying pan, but I was alone and didn't say anything unless it reads minds. Well, it don't read minds, but you said you were laying there one morning, didn't you? So it probably was, reading the time of day. That's a scary thought, but I agree 100%. Oh, because he told the cops that he worked for the family. I understand what you're saying now. May, I'm so glad that Jesus is welcome to here. You will be blessed for that. I know people don't mind talking about Bigfoot or aliens, but say Jesus and they'll just shut you down. Not me. No. Trust me, if it was anything else, you might get away with me saying it's not welcome here, but not that. No. One night, Alexa started talking, and I rebuked her in the name of Jesus. Just stopping by. Remember, salvation and forgiveness is one prayer away. Is almost dry. Have a great Saturday, my brothers and sisters. Well, you too, God's chosen one. You have a wonderful, blessed day, hon. Thank you for stopping by. You don't listen to current people who claim to be prophets. Well, honey, I'm sorry that you were treated that way, and I'm sorry that Jesus Christ was treated that way, but that won't happen here ever. What concerns me in our time is all the things that are happening around the world. Seems like there's so much trouble. I agree. Well, technically, he can say that he's not working for the family only because he's not getting paid. But you notice everywhere the family is at, he's there too. So if he wasn't technically working for the family, they should come out and state that. Otherwise, basically, he's working for them. He's just not getting paid in money. He could be getting paid in other ways. I'm wondering if Sammy might have had a crush on Kiely and made advances towards Kiely and got angry because Kiely turned her down. Then again, I also wonder if Michael did something to Kiely. Sorry, guys, I was reading chat. In this world you will have trouble, but be a good cheer, for I have overcome the world. Jesus said that. May's saying, hey, Birdie, how do you know that? I'm not understanding what Birdie's saying. McKeeper, they're spiritually dead. They can't hear what you're saying or see the light. Oh, the people are spiritually dead, so therefore they can't. Yeah, I get you now. I know he never worked for the family, but he was right there with the family when they pulled Kylie's car out. He was right there. The guy in the video, the AWP put out, the one that was blurred, that one man that was standing there with the grandfather and the dad that was blurred out, that was him. Every time you see the family out, he's right there with them. What about somebody chasing Kylie in the car behind her in a frantic? She sped off into the water. No, I don't think that happened. I mean, it could be, but I'm just saying, in my opinion, I don't think it happened. Think I've found my spiritual heart sister. Feels so good. Yes, Bertie, their consciences are seared. And stayed on scene close to the grandpa and dad so he could hear everything and report what he knew. Well, that's what I'm saying. They probably aren't paying him money wise, but allowing him all this extra information. Didn't he have a channel? I'm assuming he still has it. Allowing him all this, up personal, close information, because you got to remember all these big stories. Just because after we find the kid, after we go to court for what happened, after people go to jail or whatever, that's not the end of the story. And they will have content to put out or write a book with or whatever in years to come. I think they all know so much new information. Why have these people just started talking now? Why did they wait so long? I would like to know that myself. I don't understand, regardless of what is said and done. Do you know who the family friend is? Is that Megan woman? Has anybody heard the name Roger Fisher? I heard it yesterday. Can't remember where and why, but my first thought was SF investigates because his last name is Fisher. Yes, honey. A loving family lost their beautiful child and granddaughter. We don't disagree with that. But we don't happen to think that you can sit back and let it go get swept under the rug. We believe that whoever is responsible for that child not being with us anymore needs to go to jail. And I'm sorry if people don't agree with it, because who knows whose child it could be tomorrow. Nobody says everybody's welcome here, and everybody's welcome to have a say on this channel. And you're welcome to say, hey, drop the link. I want to come up and say something. And if you totally disagree with everything I'm saying, that's fine. As long as you do it respectfully, I don't have a problem with it. But you have a choice, honey. If you don't like what I'm talking about or my opinion about something, or everybody else is on this channel, you don't have to be here. Sorry, I was reading the chats again. May, oh, it's okay, honey. I'm supposed to give the scripture when I quote the Bible. I'm going to be more careful. And not only are somebody supposed to do that, but the person that it's being said to, you're not supposed to take anybody's word for it. You're supposed to go look it up in the Bible yourself and read it for yourself, because you may get a completely different understanding than what they got. Too many secrets in the cult town of Truckee just to do as you're told kind of town. Hey, you know that movie star wars well. If you think about it, there's the light in the dark, and both sides have things they can do, and they're both powerful. I don't understand what you're saying, Birdie. Sorry. I would not fit in the town of Truckee. Who lets a 16-year-old drive to a party where there's drugs and booze being served? Hell if I know, honey. Elle, I hope before I even read your comment, I'm not even looking at it. I hope I didn't offend you. But in my opinion, she died by her own hand. Tragically, it could have been prevented. She died by her own hand, but her own was heavily influenced into taking the tragic choices that she took. And yes, I know nothing that we can do or that we can say or that we can prove will ever bring that precious child back. But there are a lot of us who do not think that she did this on her own. And if somebody is responsible for it, then they need to pay the ultimate price for it, whatever that may be. It takes a person to disappear alone. Unless a crime or an accident, a person does not just vanish. Someone always sees them last. Fact. That's the person of interest. Fact. Star Wars. Okay. Not Star Wars. Star Wars. Gotcha. What case did you have, Denise? I'm not trying to be nosy. You keep talking about your case and when you went to court. I think what we do that's positive is we shed light on cases that get forgotten, and it also puts pressure on Ellie to keep looking, right? Not an accident. She did not drive herself into a lake. This was no accident and it was no local. Well, until they close the case, we've just got to wait. Diane P., that's been my biggest question for day one. I wouldn't have let my kid go there, or I'd have to spy on the situation. 16 is way too young for such an event. I agree 100%. Nana, I'm here listening, but I have my grandbabies with me for the weekend. But I'm listening. Well, thank you, Carrie. I'm glad you're listening, babe. Hello, Miss Rockin' Robin. No, this was no tragic accident. Too much covering up. I hope people's boycott this freaking place. No tourism, no money. Let the place dry the F up. I'm so pissed. Me too, sweetheart. And I didn't think about that, but I guess you could do that, huh? No offense was ever taken. I was raised in a similar community and ran by 16, and now at 54 am still running. Prices have to be paid for favors in these communities, and he grandfather knows. That's a good point. I hadn't thought about that, but that is a good point. Locals would know that the water recedes. Locals would, but would drunk teenagers? Would drunk teenagers have thought about that? Oh, wow, honey. I'll have to look that case up. I've not heard of it, but I'll look it up definitely. Well, hello, John Davis. Good morning, Amy Lou. Glad you all are here. Oh, say hello to Corey and May, but not to me, huh, John? I see how you are. She wasn't drunk. Well, hello, Morning Dove. The town's rules are weird. I heard them last night. Yeah, I was listening to Nita's World when she was talking about it, and it just blew my mind. They're not allowed to talk about each other. They're not allowed to say anything bad about each other. Come on. Morning Dove says, L, ever wonder why so much has been made about how out of it Callie was, but yet they were all partying, but listening to those kids, she was the only one too drunk to drive. How convenient. Yeah, because that's sort of strange. That Megan woman says that Sammy got a ride home with somebody that was sober, but yet it was supposed to have been a minor. She got a ride to the party with a minor, and she left with a minor, according to that Megan woman. My theory, cops have seen the footage but haven't said anything, because if you watch it carefully, you see Kylie's car stop for over 4 minutes with another car. Then that car goes and comes back twice. That's what I'm saying. There's too many things going on in that video footage. And I still don't understand why they didn't go check that footage the very first day that child went missing. Come on, guys, let's hit the thumbs up. Do that for me, please. They sure are trying very hard to change the public's opinion to agree it was an accident. They put a fire cam out for us to see, then took archives off of the site. A threat was made, which was received by grandfather. Look how he reacted when he asked if she was found in the rear of the car. Oh, well, I didn't see it, sweetheart. I'm sorry. Well, hello, John Davis. I'm glad to see you here. That's okay. I sort of felt ignored the last time I was in your chat, too. No big deal. I saw a silver Honda CRV with a California license plate with the number blah, blah, blah under the water that was pulled from Prosser Reservoir. And that's the only proof I've ever seen in this case. Right? Sammy's fine. Didn't know we were asking about Sammy, but thanks for the update. I'm wondering that myself, John. In your opinion, John Davis, they knew that fire cam was there. People are watching that footage every day to see if there's fires out there. When you have a child going in that area that gets missing, and they know that they're going to be looking in the lake to see if by chance she went in the lake, wouldn't one of the first things they would have done was check the footage on that camera? Not wait 2 months for it to come out. Would you like to pop up here, John? You don't have to, but if you want to, you're welcome. I wasn't mad about nothing. I'm not mad about nothing, hon. I was just saying that I felt ignored the other day. John Davis true crime, because in my opinion, I think it was staged, because I checked the website and couldn't find the Alder Hill camera, and neither could Nita. Right. That's okay. Do you want to pop up, though? I would love to hear your thoughts on this. The things that were dropped in the beginning are showing up, and it's making people mad. Well, I don't want to put you on the spot, so I'll tell you what, I'll just drop the link. If you want to come up, you can. If you don't, that's okay. No biggie. Hello, General Sorrow. How are you today? Why did SF Investigate say he was going to have the archives removed? Whoa, I didn't know that. That would be weird. And then man will be able to harm others. He's already got 9 other Victorias still alive. Hey, John, have you heard anything about Lindsay supposedly having 8 kids? Kylie's mom having 8 kids? We have zero proof that Kiely was even at the party. We have no proof that is Kiely in the store video. And what friggin' day was that video? And again, I don't think that is Kiely. So when was the last time Kiely was seen? I hadn't heard that either, but I forget who it was. Somebody told me earlier in chat that she has 8 kids. Barbara Eddy, where can I see the town rules? I don't know where you can see the town rule. I know you're not asking me, but I don't know where you can see them. But I know Nita's World has, she done a video yesterday morning, maybe. I think it was because I watched it last night. And she's talking about them. Supposedly she has 8 kids from what was said. I don't think it was you that said that, but somebody told me she has 8 kids. UFC Frog. Good morning. General Sorrow, I checked all the live webcams before this ever came to light and seen cameras around Prosser, but not Alder Hill cameras. Seems it just popped up out of nowhere. Good morning, his Sally. Who is the girl that was with Kiely during the daytime and they went to the party together later that night? No, she was with Kate during the day making creme brulee, and then she got with Megs and went to the party with Megs, and then Megs supposedly left. Now, wait, she was with her grandfather until 12:30 that day, and then she got with Kate, and then she got with Megs, and then she got with Sammy. I don't know, honey. I don't even, that's what I'm trying to do is verify that that's even true. I don't know that she has 8 kids. I'm just saying that's what was said. And I would like to find out if it's true or not. Not that it has no bearing whatsoever on what happened to Kiely, I'm sure. But just out of curiosity. If she has more kids, then I think there is more to this story. What did she do with them? Well, one of them is her 10-year-old son that still lives with her. I don't think if she does have 8 kids, it affects Kiely. I don't think so either. I'm just, like I said, I'm just curious. Remember the guy who said a few weeks prior his car ended up in the lake at the lake similar to Prosser? I think it's his vehicle. Yeah, that would be a lot of kids to have. And I mean, I'm not passing judgment or anything like that, but whoever it was that told me about that said that she has 8 kids by 7 different men. And that supposedly, allegedly, there was no birth certificate for Kiely, and it would be hard for her to get into college with no birth certificate. But like I said, I'm just trying to find out if that's true or not. If anybody has any more information on it, I would greatly appreciate it. If not, I'll start digging myself. I've still got the thing where I can look all that up. You thought her son was, well, he might be 8, but I thought they said 10. Sorry. I don't even know if the law enforcement even knows about that cam. But you'd have to wonder if the forestry division is the only ones that has access to that cam footage. What forestry agent sent that information, that video footage out to all these YouTubers? And why? He said he had to get a tow truck to get it out. Thank you, Robin. Yes, everything we discuss is not fact. We discuss our opinions on this channel. It's speculation in a factual manner. Welcome to all coming in. Take a seat. Please be respectful in chat. Thank you, Robin. Yeah, you can't go to school without legal documents. I agree. Good morning, Jenny Rose. Can't get a driver's license without a birth certificate. There is supposedly a time and date stamp on the video. There is. And it counts down. And my first thing was to check because it says August the 6th. And I'm thinking, well, August the 6th, if it was after 12 midnight, but then I rewatched it and it is 12:00 something on August the 6th, which would have been the right time. But now Nita's World says after a certain amount of time, it turns back to 10 o'clock, which I thought was strange. And I'm going to rewatch it myself again. But she says it clocks back to 10 o'clock and starts all over again. The clock, not the actual video. She was homeschooled, right? Oh, I don't remember, hon. I don't know why 10. Like I said, I didn't see that. But Nita's World was talking about it. So I'm going to go and find. I like Hughes Gray, the filter that he put on his video, because it does look similar to daylight hours. And I'm going to go watch his and see what it shows. Now I did see the 2 cars that they went up the bank beside where she went off the hill, or where that car went off the hill, or the lights, or whatever it is. I seen them go up there, park. They turned around and parked with their headlights pointed straight where she goes into the water at. They sit there the whole entire time until after she goes in the water. Then they drive up to where she was at. They sit there for a minute. The one car drives off like they're leaving. The other car turns back around and goes back and parks and sits there. I thought that was a little odd. Nobody knows who released the original video. It was evidently one of the forestry agents. Now you can't access the cameras, right? I wanted to watch August 6th through August 21st when AWP found her. Since it's in a state park, I figure it's probably a park ranger, game warden, or somebody that works for the state. But anybody could slip out the memory card as long as they wasn't seen on camera. You can't access the archives, right? I don't know. That the whole thing where, like I said, they released this video footage, and now there's been certain YouTubers that are backing away from the case, saying, "Okay, I believe it was an accident." Blah blah blah. That makes me mad. It makes me mad that Megan woman and all the crap that spilled out of her mouth during that interview. I still think that she got something more involved in this case than what's being said. I'm not sure, but Ken says, how high is that camera located up in the air? I'm not sure, but it's pretty far up from what you can tell. SF Investigates is the one that put the video out. Why? Where in the world would he have gotten it from? Yeah, I know. Megan saying that she coached Sammy, along with the fact when she says, we can't identify the shady characters. And she starts to say, we can't identify. And then she says, they can't identify all the shady characters that was there. And then when she's talking about the boy that she went to his house. Tell me, this woman supposedly doesn't even know Sammy that well. But yet she's going to corner a woman in a damn store, talk to the woman, want to know what's being or what their kids knew about what happened, and then follow that woman to her house to question her children. And you have to wonder, when she walks in, she says those boys were surprised at who she was. Maybe it was because that they were surprised that she showed up at their house knowing that they had seen her that night that happened. I've got a lot of questions about that Megan woman. I'm very skeptical. And it wouldn't be in the camera itself, Ken. It would be in the control room where the camera feeds, it feeds into there's a room where all that information is fed to, and the memory cards would be in that room. A simple accident should not have taken on the life it has. Ellie knows that Kiely was seen by AWP, and don't forget, they were told to never mind Prosser. This video was released to put the blame on Kiely, right? That's what I'm saying. It was put out there to try to get everybody to drop it. And to some extent, it's working. No, I didn't know FS Investigates was a photographer as well. I'm sure it's not kept on a memory card. It is live, so it goes to a computer or a server. Well, that would make sense too. Megan is an attention hoe. I am being nice or trying. Well, Robin, just so you know, Discovering got me her phone number, so I'm going to be calling her here in a little bit and see if I can't get an interview with her. Exactly. He has all kinds of software that could edit videos. Yes, they're saying that video was captured on a fire tower camera. Yes. Hello, Debbie Z. Good morning. How are you? No way. SF is a world-renowned photographer. He worked for Vogue. Robin, you're more than welcome to. Well, if I can get that interview, you're more than welcome to join me on panel to do it. Miss Tasca. Even if it was Kylie's car, not convinced. There are so many red flags and unanswered questions. Absolutely 100%. I agree totally. Duty Ron says he called Ellie. What did he ask him? Well, if he's such a highfalutin photographer and does stuff all over the world, why has he been hanging out in California with the Rodney family for the last 2 months? They're aware of the footage and the FBI has it. Well, you'd have thought they would have been the first ones to have had it. Supposed Nate had archives shut down. His dad had archives shut down. He faked being a PI. Says he took pictures for Playboy. Unless someone can show me a photo, I don't see or believe no video of lights. I am shocked that YouTubers are posting this video. Me and you too, Susan. I agree 100%. I'm highly suspicious of this new video, but regardless if it's authentic or not, there is a ton of weird circumstances with Kylie's story. Yes. Yes, from what we understand, yes, he did insert himself or volunteered. Yes. Whatever became of the tow truck driver, nobody knows. I've not heard anything else from him since that one interview. Being a photographer and all his knowledge with film, SF could doctored up anything. Megan needs to stop trying to make these youngsters look innocent because the only ones they know what happened, that's not innocent behavior. Well, I'm telling you guys, all you have to do is go watch that interview with Michelle Sutton, and I'm telling you, that woman looks, she looks as guilty as Sammy with everything that she says just about herself. I mean, who else is going to be running around that town questioning people? Who's going to be running around the teen meetups or whatever they were, teen talks or whatever it was? Why would don't even get me started on that bull crap about Sammy and how the law trusts her and they haven't cleared her yet because they're using her to get information from the guilty people. Well, or to get information from other teens. Well, if it was all an accident, what information could they be using her to get? One question I would love to ask this woman. Yes, I agree. They do need to release all that information. Hello, Green Thumb. And I agree with you, Bonnie Bailey. They did just put that video out so that on November 1st, if not before, they can just rule it as an accident. John, have you watched that video about Megan? Or that Megan did? Trust me, Sammy ain't got crap on that woman being the next Jody Sue Brown. The interview was what, 5 or 9 hours long. The woman never shut up talking. And she incriminated herself, all those kids, the whole town, and under the guise that she was taking up for them. The longer they wait, the more we find. I think that whoever hurt Kiely had her car, stored it in a barn or something for a day or so. Then they followed through with sending it into the water. Oh, I hadn't heard that. Patty Martin says, I heard that the roadside assistant guy, Nick, got fired after the AWP's video came out. Don't come at me for this. My opinion only. Nobody's going to come at you, German Shepherd Mom, I promise. We know a car was pulled from the water, assuming to be Kiely's car. AWP saw something. Maybe someone in back hatch. Could be someone other than Kiely. I don't know, but when that Nick guy, the diver, Nick, comes up out of the water and says that something looked suspicious to him, call the authorities. That right there should tell everybody something's going on. Something wasn't right. I mean, come on. They were expecting to find the car. They were expecting to find her in the car. They were expecting her to be deceased. Where they found her remains in the car is neither here nor there. There was something that he found that they were not expecting to find, or else he wouldn't have been reacting the way he reacted. How much of the mess do I contribute to truckies the trucky way? Every single bit of it. Susan, I was saying that from the get-go, honey. I think that she was assaulted by one or many people. And I figured that when Nick came up out of the water, what he had saw was that she was either didn't have clothes on from the waist down or didn't have any on at all. And that possibly that the strap in the back of the hatchback was wrapped around her neck. My opinion. But I think that's what he may have saw. Kiely's family mourned and had a wake and had her cremated. I don't think the family would fake that. Well, I'm not saying they didn't mourn, and I'm not saying that she wasn't there, and I'm not saying all that. But what I will say is, I myself have never seen a family member lose a child and not shed a tear. during the memorial. And I don't care whether your face is on camera or not. You're telling me that if you lost your child, that you're going to be able to turn on and off those tears depending on whether there's a camera in your face? No, you're not. Especially at the celebration of life, funeral, whatever you want to call it. Your child is gone. You're never going to see them again. How can you stand in front of a camera and laugh and carry on and oh, everybody just needs to be at peace and leave her alone and let her rest? This is what Kiely would have wanted. No, I'm sure that if Kiely had the choice, she would still want to be alive. And if somebody done this to her, I'm sure she would want the person to pay for it. Maybe she's ate one too many mushrooms. Maybe that's why she's all calm, cool, and collected. Lord, forgive me for saying that. That was alleged. Not accusing nobody of doing no drugs to keep them all calm, cool, and collected and smiles on their faces and being at peace with their child being buried. I'm not in a good mood this morning, guys. Y'all know that. Exactly, discovering. I haven't seen anybody mourn either. They all seem so happy at her celebration of her life. Exactly. And if I offend anybody that's in here about what I'm saying or how I'm saying it, so be it. That's all I can say. I don't know what it is about this world these days and these parents who just throw their kids away and who don't. I mean, look at Dawn and Candace, not one damn tear. The whole damn time their kids been gone, not one tear. My kids can get mad at me and me know they're lying through their teeth and they tell me they're never going to speak to me again. And me knowing that I'm going to talk to them tomorrow, and I cry. You can't tell me this woman's child, her daughter, that she's never going to get to walk down the aisle. She's never going to get to see married. She's never going to have any grandkids by this child. She's never going to have a hug, not one hug from this little girl ever again. And she can just turn off the tears and smile and be all happy and go lucky and at peace just because there's a camera pointed at her. Sorry, that's a low-life mother if it's true. Robin, you might want to warn them I'm being a bitch today. Yes, anybody is welcome to put their thoughts in. Anybody is welcome to pop up here on panel if they want to jump up here. Absolutely 100%. If you have something to say, I would love to hear what you have to say. I would love to hear your opinion and thoughts. Morning Doe says the mom went from begging for help to telling the outsiders to go away all in a week. Kids got to mom with their story, and she's not totally innocent either. You're responsible for your kids. Absolutely. And let's not forget, guys, Miss Meggs, remember, she informed everybody that Kiely would be found, but Kiely would be found by locals and locals only. That's sort of a little creepy there, if you ask me. Lindsay hugging Sammy, yeah. I thought it was crazy that 3 mystery people kept trying to get Megan to shut up. And then she says her daughter is never speaking to her again. Maybe her daughter is terrified of somebody. Oh, that must be one that I haven't seen yet. I'm still stuck on the second interview that she's ever give. I can't get past it. Yeah, she says that Kylie would be found only by the community. Yes, I'm paraphrasing, honey, because I'm agitated and I don't have the script sitting in front of me. The attitude that Lindsay had toward AWP ticks me off. She didn't even give them one penny. I don't think she even said thank you, did she? Yes, also happy at the celebration of life. Very odd behavior. I said that at the beginning. We'll stand by it now. Realistic sacrifice or ritualistic sacrifice. Just my thoughts. If my child's car was being pulled, I would definitely be there, not eating in a restaurant. Sorry, not sorry. Nana, it was a Captain Kirk reacts last night. The whole thing was crazy, and she said a lot of incriminating things. She said crazy incriminating things on the interview I'm talking about. Like I said, she wasn't just incriminating herself. She incriminated Sammy, other teens, and the whole town for that matter. I wonder who benefits from the release of the video showing the car going into the water. I still believe AWP and the tow truck driver. So what is going on? I don't know. That was another thing I had about that film. You have to wonder who it was that sent that out to all these different YouTubers. Because come on, any normal person that would have had that footage or could have obtained that footage, don't you believe that they would have kept it for themselves, started their own channel if they didn't even have one, started their own channel? Can you imagine all the views and clicks they would have had? Why would they have just threw it out there for everybody else? And it's not like it proves anything one way or the other. Thank you, Susan Bright. And I try not to be hateful and mean all the time. I really do. But just some days I wake up in a bad mood. Also, just FYI, Nana is on a roll, pissed, and as she said, being a biatch. We love our Nana. She tells it like it is. No holds bar. Put up your dukes. Let's get thrown. Let's get down to it. Pat Benatar. Yep. Alicia P. Wow. Haven't seen you in a while. They had a big picture of Rama, I can't pronounce that, who is the leader of the Gaia Nero pagan movement. They had a giant picture of him on those weird round shelves that were on the stage by the altar. His picture. Really? Well, I love all you guys too, and thank you for putting up with my crap. Hello, Ultra Dark. Hello, all the new people that I'm seeing coming in. Yeah, or turned into LE. That's actually should have been LE should have had it the very first day that kid went missing. I can almost guarantee, or I can almost bet that Sammy's lawyer got the camera info to SF because they knew he would spread the word. Yep, because they're trying to get it shut down like it was just an accident. Guy is a massive cult. Well, Stone Skimmer, hello. I'm glad you discovered it. It was turned in, and now the site is down. Yeah, but it wasn't turned in 2 months ago. That's the point. Ellie has had the video. They're just not doing anything about it. So SF Investigates finally turned it out. Oh, okay. Well, that makes a little more sense. That would at least explain why it's out there after so long a time. But what about like that person that saw, well, they think they may have saw the car going in. They turned that into Ellie, and Ellie never even said boo about it. Never came back and asked her to go show where it was at or anything. I have no trust in Ellie anymore either. Cameras only show no more than a couple of miles. No way it can be over 7.5 miles away. What do you mean? Really? Squirrel Girl put up background of Nate H's father's background and a photo of his grandparents with Nancy Pelosi. Hang on one second, guys. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. I do apologize. Sometimes it's important and you have to answer the phone. I can grab the link for you guys if you want it to look up yourself. Yes, please. The system deals with protocol training on to letting people like Lars have a slap on the wrist. Ellie and SF are trying to push the accident narrative. That's what I said from the get-go. Okay, Robin. Yeah, take all the time you need, sweetheart. As soon as that video came out, I said they would be trying to shut it all down. They'll come out in a day or so and say, look, we told you it was an accident. Here's the proof. We're going to rule it as an accident. All the toxicology and stuff reports came in early. We didn't think they'd be here until the 1st, but they're back now. So let's just shut all this down. We won't have to worry about it no more. That's the problem right there. Ellie's too involved in this case, just not in the right way. Duty Ron is viewing the footage right now. Wonder what he's going to have to say about it. I wish the AWP would go ahead and release their video. Sorry, guys. I've evidently got a dog hair in my mouth. Biscuit. They did not want that car found. They wanted to keep raking up the hours for searching for the money. Yeah. Okay, guys, I'm waiting on Robin to come back with that information for that link. And then I'm probably going to jump off here. I greatly appreciate all of you joining me this morning and listening to my rants. He admitted he went in and had to get a tow truck to get his vehicle out. It's not same night. It took them forever to find it. Well, thank you, Ultra Dark. Like I said, I'm glad all of you showed up and came in. I hope you come back. Everybody's opinion is welcome here, as long as it's done respectfully. She will probably have to email you, Nana. I think only mods can add links. Oh, that's right. Thank you, Ultra Dark. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Every little bit helps. Trust me. I'm going to have to find me a fairy bell, guys, to ring when people donate money. Yeah, it won't let you. Okay, do you have my email address, sweetheart? And then I can put it out there. I can put it out for everybody to look up. I just dropped my link. Good morning, I see you. I'm just fixing to close up, sweetheart. I'm glad you came in, though, and said hello. Thank you, Denise. Thank you, Mary, and I appreciate that, hon. Robin Lynette Stevens, can you email? Yeah. Thank you, Robin, for putting that up there. Thank you, everybody, for coming in. Thanks, mods. I greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate my mods, and I appreciate my subs, my viewers, and I don't know what else to say, guys. I love you all, and I'm so glad when each and every one of you come in here. And I'm sure I will be back later. I'll either come out with a video or I will come back out live again. Oh, I need to I need to spin that wheel. Hang on one second. I didn't do this the other day because my computer was dying. Where's it at? Where's my wheel? My computer was dying and I didn't have the plug for it. Let me share the screen real quick. Present. Yeah, everybody told me they started doing that. Okay, guys, we're going to do Angel of the Week. So, spin. Juanita Boyd, guys. Juanita Boyd is the one we're going to be doing videos on this week. Juanita Boyd. Did you get it, Discovering? Juanita Boyd. That is spelled, hang on a second, and I'll put it out in the chat. All right. That's who we're going to be doing videos on this week, guys. I will talk to you all later. January 2nd, 2020 is when they disappeared. Good night, Green Thumb. Have a great night's sleep, sweetheart. For the rest of you that's daytime, have a great day. Just from what Denise put, or I think that's what Denise was talking about, January 2nd, 2020 is all we know so far, Discovering. When the names were slung at me that day, nobody gave me information on a lot of them, just the names. So we'll look it up. We'll figure it out together. Thank you, everybody, for showing up. We'll see you later. God bless. Say prayers.